Hello everyone, welcome to this Carlam Cymru session on balanced diet. This session forms part of the Year 10 biology, which is relevant for both separate science and double award science. Our objectives for today are to list the nutrient groups, to interpret information on a balanced diet, and to answer exam questions using given data. Our success criteria for today. I will be able to list the nutrient groups. I will be able to interpret information on a balanced diet. So let's look at what we need for a balanced diet. There are 7 nutrient groups. Carbohydrates, proteins, lipids or fats, vitamins, minerals, fibre and water. Let's take a look at carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are broken into sugars, for example, glucose. Sugars are used in respiration to release energy. Foods that contain carbohydrates include pasta, rice, potatoes, vegetables, and sugar. Now let's take a look at proteins. Proteins can be broken into amino acids, then joined into long chains to form proteins. Proteins are used for growth and repair. Good sources of protein are meat, fish, eggs, peas, beans, milk, and cheese. Next up are lipids or fats. Lipids can be broken into fatty acids and glycerol. In the body, lipids are found as storage and insulation. They are used as an energy source. Foods that contain lipids include margarine, nuts, cheese, butter, and oils. Now let's look at minerals. We need minerals for different purposes in our body, including iron, which is needed for synthesis of haemoglobin. Iron deficiency causes anemia. Magnesium regulates muscle and nerve function. Calcium is needed for strong bones. Foods rich in minerals include liver, red meat, dried fruit, and nuts and beans. Vitamins are needed in small amounts to enable our body to function. There are several different types of vitamin. They are identified by a letter or, in the case of the B vitamins, with a letter and a number. This diagram shows us some of the foodstuffs and the variety of vitamins they contain. It also shows us some of the parts of our body and how those vitamins can impact on our general health and well-being. Vitamins have many different functions. Vitamin C supports a healthy immune system. Deficiency in vitamins can cause deficiency diseases. Vitamin C deficiency can lead to scurvy. Foods that are a good source of vitamins include oranges, lemons, limes, and leafy greens. Now let's look at the importance of fibre in our diet. Fibre helps to bulk out our diet. This helps in the movement of food, a process called peristalsis. This helps the walls of the small intestine to move food along the gut. A lack of fibre can lead to constipation. Foods that are rich in fibre include fruit, vegetables, cereals, oats, seeds, and nuts. Now let's look at water, H2O. Water is our seventh nutrient group and is a vital part of life. Water is an important part of our cells. It enables chemical reactions to take place. It transports substances such as glucose and minerals around the body. Good food sources of water include cucumbers, melons, apples, strawberries, pineapples, and celery. Now let's look at what happens if we don't follow a balanced diet. We need to know what our energy needs are. This will depend on our age and our job. Our energy needs increase from birth until we are 16. Energy needs of adults decrease as they age. Pregnant women need more energy because they are carrying extra mass. Failing to take account of your energy needs can result in gaining excess weight and ultimately in health issues. Now let's look at eating excess foods. Eating excessive amounts of unhealthy food can cause health problems. Excess sugar can lead to tooth decay and obesity. Excess fat can lead to type 2 diabetes, circulatory disease, heart disease, and obesity. Excess salt can lead to high blood pressure. Now let's have a look at some exam questions. Pause the film and read the question. Write down your answers and restart the film. In this first question, we're looking at providing answers that are true or false or short response answers. As you can see, there's quite a bit of information here in the question, so a good idea would be to highlight it when you first read the question. This is a comprehension style question, so we need to read the information in order to answer true or false or our one-word responses. So let's have a look at the information here. So we've got information from 2015 from the UK Food Standards Agency and some bullet points in terms of what everyone needs in a healthy diet. So high proportion of foods containing starch, fruit and vegetables, fish, fewer ready meals and less processed meat. We also need plenty of water and also skimmed milk, which contains vitamins and is low in fat. And then what we have to do is use that information plus our own knowledge in order to answer the following questions here. Question A, part 1. All fats and oils should be avoided is false. Number 2. All micronutrients come from fruits and vegetables. False. Number 3. Fruits and vegetables provide bulk during digestion is true. Number 4. It is better to obtain protein from fish than from processed meat is true. Number 5. The energy in the diet needs to be balanced every day, and that's false. For this question, if you got all 5 parts correct, you were awarded 3 marks. If you got 4 correct, then you got 2 marks. 0, 1 or 2 correct gave you no marks on this question. For question B, eating large numbers of ready meals can lead to ill health in humans. State one condition that can arise from eating high levels of sugar. That could be diabetes, tooth decay, or obesity. One condition that can arise from eating high levels of salt could be high blood pressure, stroke, heart disease, or CVD, otherwise known as cardiovascular disease. Pause the film and read the question. Write down your answers and restart the film. In the second question, we are provided with information about John. John is severely obese and is 27 years old. He weighs 31 stone and takes no exercise. For a typical lunch, John has 2 double cheeseburgers and a 2-litre bottle of cola. Underneath that information, we have a table of data. This data shows us the guideline daily amounts for various nutrients for an adult man. This question requires us to use the information and the data and your own knowledge to describe the ways in which John's lifestyle and diet could lead to health problems. This is a 6-mark question, so we need to be mindful of the quality of our written communication. Now let's look at the indicative content. Here, the health issue must be linked to the excess in the diet in order for you to gain any credit. You must refer to energy and explain that too much energy taken in at lunchtime would be stored as fat and that would lead to obesity. Too much sugar taken in at lunchtime could possibly lead to type 2 diabetes or obesity or tooth decay. Too much fat taken at lunchtime could possibly lead to obesity, heart disease, or circulatory disease. Too much salt could lead to high blood pressure. And a lack of exercise could affect circulation or the heart. During your response to this question, you need to mention at least once that either the GDA, or the guideline daily amount, is being exceeded, or that we are looking at only one meal. So therefore, we need to think about all the other meals in a day rather than just lunchtime. Now let's look at how the marks are awarded for this question. To achieve between 5 and 6 marks, candidate constructs an articulate integrated account linking relevant points, such as those that we've discussed in the indicative content, and it shows sequential reasoning. The answer fully addresses the question with no irrelevant inclusions or significant omissions. And the candidate uses appropriate scientific terminology and accurate spelling, punctuation, and grammar. To be awarded between 3 and 4 marks, the candidate constructs an account correctly linking some relevant points, such as those in the indicative content, showing some reasoning. The answer addresses the question with some omissions. The candidate uses mainly appropriate scientific terminology, and there is some accurate spelling, punctuation, and grammar. be awarded between 1 and 2 marks, the candidate makes some relevant points, such as those in the indicative content, but they show limited reasoning. Their answer addresses the question with some significant omissions. The candidate uses limited scientific terminology, and there are inaccuracies in spelling, punctuation, and grammar. For 0 marks, the candidate does not make any attempt or give a relevant answer worthy of any credit. Thanks for watching this Carlam Cymru film on balanced diet for Year 10 Biology. I've been Mrs. Kavanagh. See you next time.